Hey everyone, Oz Konar here with Business Lending Blueprint. I have another valuable guest here, Jason. Hey Jason, how's it going, buddy?
I'm going good, going good.
Awesome. So Jason has been in my community. He recently reached out to me and he kind of mentioned how his business changed over the course of the past couple of months. And I thought it'd be a good idea to share what's been going on. So again, as usual in these type of interviews, I learn a lot about my members as well, because due to the nature of the business, there is no way I can personally connect with every single person. But when they come through and say, hey, this is what we accomplished because of the program, it's definitely important for me to get to know them and understand how they're doing and where they came from and how things are going. So Jason took time today to meet me. I appreciate your time, buddy.
Of course, of course.
Perfect. So you joined the Blueprint a while ago and you started your business. So some of the comments that I usually get is, hey, do I need to be from the industry or do I need to be doing this for a long time? So take us back to what it was like before you started. Are you from the merchant cash advance or alternative lending industry?
No, not at all. I'm from a blue collar industry. Worked on the docks over here in Jersey. Management was, what I got into at a young age. Became an operation manager. When I say the docks in Jersey here, that's, the port where the ships come in and we unload the ships and stuff like that. So, yeah, didn't have this background at all.
So what caused you to stop that and start your own business?
Income, more income,
Right.
freedom of, time, more family time, and it started out as supplemental income, part-time income, and then
Right.
it became a full-time thing. Yeah.
And it took over what you were making on a job.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then some.
And some, yeah, that's something we talk about quite a bit because another common question I get is, oh, do I have to quit my job and start with 100%? I think you're a prime example that you had your job already.
So yeah, so I managed my time, and right after, I would get off, I would run this and obsessively, when I had lunch breaks, early in the morning, I'd wake up,
Right.
4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, really just got out there and just did everything that was in the course. Step one, step two, step three, and really honed in. And I watched it over and over again, you know.
Yeah, I
Um,
usually our members who have massive success, they go through each section over and over again because it's one thing to understand something conceptually, another thing to immerse yourself into it and actually take
yeah.
action to do it. So you're like a great example of that, obviously. So when did you notice that, oh my God, this is a great opportunity? Like, was it after your first deal or when? So usually there's a time that it hits people, right? You talk about this being like great business opportunity, but at an individual level, someone goes, oh my God, this is amazing, you know?
Yeah. So I knew how big, I mean, just Google alone in the market. So I knew how big the market is. And just by, numbers, I mean, do one deal a month, right? Close a nice deal a month. Do two deals, right? And you're like, you're really, 2 deals a month can put you in a nice position, And then I just, started to see the scale. Then I closed my first deal was $100,000 loan.
Yeah.
Okay, that I got 10% of. So I got 10,000 on my first deal.
On the first deal. Yeah.
So, and what did I do? I mean, I'm coming from a blue collar environment. I'm not digging ditches over here.
Right.
I made a phone call. I went by the scripts that you gave,
Yeah.
right? I kind of tailored it to how I talk a little bit. Sent an email out, did the follow-up emails.
Right.
And, people build trust. Confidence builds trust. And that's what I had. And I had good rapport. And literally 48 hours, maybe 72 hours, the deal was closed.
$10,000.
It was a IT company out in
Right.
California, which I know nothing about, IT stuff, computer stuff, or anything.
That's the thing, right? You don't really need to have any expertise on a specific
No.
field because the common theme of this game is they need money. I don't care what company they run and how they run it or the technical backgrounds. If they need money and they don't have access to it, we can help with that. So it's a no-brainer offer. And when I like something you said is really, really important. So, and you used to be that guy, and I used to be that guy. Like your boss requires you to put in 40 hours, 50 hours of physical work. And I used to just hit the streets and pull on doors. And I've done any kind of sales job to make some commission at the end of the month. With this, like you said, you're not digging ditches, like one phone call and you just help someone get the money they need and $10,000. I remember when I get my first check for $4,000 for merchant cash advance, I'm like, how did this happen? Almost the math doesn't even work, right? So you just get one deal, and that was my moment of saying, oh, this is a gold mine. And when you make 10 grand, and you and I know a lot of people who are working for 500 or 600, $1,000 a week. So they have to put in 40 physical hours of work to make that 1 week. At the end of the month, it's 4 grand. And then 2-3 months adds up to 10 grand versus you make it on one deal. So that's all good and nice, but obviously you didn't stop there, right? So you are one of the members in our community. You wanted to build this into a business with multiple people and scale. So can you walk me through that transition? How did you do that?
I wanted to multiply myself.
Yeah.
So I knew I can do this, okay? And through your training, I can train somebody else on what I do, okay? So one person added to the team. They just did what I did, right? Again, through your training, I just told them what to do this. As far as, I took on the marketing part of it, right? But just as on the phone, okay, that's what I took them on, and they just started. One person learned, next person, and then I'm up to five agents working.
5 agents, wow. So where did you take that business to? What was the highest level that you've gotten in a monthly basis with 5 people?
Oh, with 5 people, my biggest month was 40,000.
Wow,
was my biggest month.
Yeah, that's $500,000.
For me, phenomenal. I mean, that's
Well, for most people, that's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I mean, I don't know how many heavy hitters you have out there that joined your program, but I mean, that's phenomenal for me.
Yeah. So that's what we tell. It's 20 to 40. You have people who are doing over $100,000 per month, but if you're at 20 to 30, $40,000 level, that's pretty handsome, obviously, because this is a very high profit industry. It's not like you're making 40,000, but your cost is 39,000, right? So
no, the cost is a small percentage of that.
Yeah, 100%. So where we go from here? What's your goal? Are you planning to add more people and grow this? And
honestly, I want to add more people, but because of how your training structured marketing part of it,
right.
I'm really now looking to start maybe a sister company where I can optimize my leads by, what I don't use, I can sell off. What I do use, which turn into age leads, I can sell as age leads. So, I kind of got 2 things out of your course. It was, the merchant cash advance, but you teach us how to market. So if you take it in the right direction, you can use it, and you use it wisely, you can get into like the lead generation, what leads you bring in and you don't use, or you use and turn to age leads, you can turn that into a profit.
Right. Yeah. So one skill that's really, really vital for a lifetime is the marketing skill, right? So sales skills are really, really important, but even if you suck at selling, you're going to close something if you try hard enough, right?
Yeah.
But with the marketing, no one can take that away from you. The ability to generate data, leads, is so powerful that it's worth money at any age. So if you have data, you generated leads, there are so many companies who are going to pay you pretty much anything to buy those from you. It's really smart. Why is that? Well, because they can't freaking generate leads on their own, but they don't have enough of that, right? You can't really sell sales to them, but you can sell data and have them handle that. So there's usually this, comparison between, is sales more important than marketing, blah, blah. Well, they have to work in collaboration, obviously, but marketing is always way more valuable skill, because again, even if you suck at sales, you can just generate more leads and cover up for that and still close deals.
Right. Yeah. So that's where, and so I do plan on adding more. I know so what's out there in this world are, boiler room shops where, where everything that comes through is transparent. That's another thing with ethics that you teach in your course as well. and not being a broker, be a consultant, right? You know, be an advisor. So everything is full transparency with my team. They love it. It's just great business. Again, what your course teaches. So I plan on adding more team members to my team, and like I said, scaling it on a lead generation kind of thing on the side. So
No, very smart. And something you said is really important too. The ethics part is usually more important than what it is that you're selling, right? A lot of people, I don't understand the mentality of thinking, oh, I can fool this person. You can't fool somebody long term. It's going to catch up to you, right? Just this idea of being a boiler room salesperson, oh, I'm going to get them. I can just charge whatever I want. That's the reason I created the blueprint. Like there are many MCA companies out there, and because of those practices, they suffer greatly, especially in the difficult times like this, because they don't really build that bond with the customers. Like what we know is alternative lending industry, repeat customer is super important, because that 10 grand you made, if that guy comes back again, it's free 10 grand once more, and even more after that. How would that work? Well, if you're 100% transparent with them and you're being a good guy or girl, right, you do the right thing. So that's one of my motivations, because honestly, I'd rather someone else have the blueprint and have them teach it. But the options I looked at, two things they were recommending: hit the phones. That's number one. Number two, customers are stupid. They're not going to understand what you're talking about. Just get them. Yep. Well, both of those those do not sit well with me. So I wanted to create something that changes that altogether.
Exactly. Yep. You're 100% right. And that's how I've run my business, my lifestyle, but then bring it into business. I had a Subway owner, had 2 shops. Okay. Got him a deal for 75,000, and his brother or cousin, I think it was his brother, had another 2 Subway shops, and wow, as a referral, got me him in as a referral.
Yeah.
So again, good business, just So
yeah, I have a very
Subway. I was like, and again, I'm here like, Subway. What? I'm getting a deal with a Subway owner. Like what?
Yeah. How does that even work, right?
Franchise? Like what? The market is huge. People don't realize this market. Banks aren't lending.
No.
Okay, traditional banks aren't lending. People think like, oh, why don't you just go to Bank of America or TD Bank or JP Morgan Chase? Because they can't.
Yeah, give it a try.
This market was created.
Right.
And it's $1 billion market.
100% right. So you got to go back to why this industry was created, right? If these massive banks are able to fill the need, there will be no need for alternative lending. Like when you look at the size of this industry, obviously something is wrong with the way that the big banks are lending money. What do you think is going to happen after this mess? Do you think they're going to just open up their doors and start funding small business? No way. It's just not going to happen. I don't know if you're on, but we just finished right before my call with you. I was on a webinar with one of our lenders. They have an alternative lending program specifically for businesses affected by what's going on.
Correct.
So do you think Bank of America is going to come up with a program saying, hey, did you lose money because of this? Come on, we're going to give you money. That will never happen. Like this massive need is just a gap in the economy pretty much that we're filling. And there's way more demand than the supply that we can provide. And going back to your franchise example, I think it was my 3rd or 4th deal that I came across this guy who was opening a KFC franchise, and I funded him through his other franchise. So he had an existing franchise that he took money off of to start this one. And then we built such a good relationship. After that one, I think I funded 7 or 8 new KFCs, right? Then he changed his structure and opened up 2 more restaurants in New Jersey. You're in New Jersey, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm from Jersey too. So that relationship alone, and what did I do for it? I would just answer the phone, and he would say, hey man, I got another location coming up. Can I get 60 grand, 70 grand? Boom. One phone call to make 6, 7, 10 grand from just one person. That's how lucrative it can be. And this is only one product. Like for our audience, we're talking about specifically emerging cash advance. In the blueprint, we train our members on 10 other products. So you can just pretty much take your business and become the alternative lending expert. Exactly. So don't box yourself into just one product. There's so many other ways that you can leverage the leads like what you're trying to do, and also help your customers get funding through different resources.
Yep.
So any advice to anyone who's thinking about starting this business? Maybe they're not sure.
If you listen, if you're thinking about starting this business, don't go at it on your own. There's two things in this world. The rarest commodity in this world is time and information. Okay. Oz's course has curved that time and provided me that information. And those are the two rarest commodities in this world. Well, number three is loyalty, because loyalty is hard to find too. Okay.
That's pretty hard to find.
In business, also time and information, very rare. Okay. Do you have an opportunity that's going to curve that? Okay. And where you can be up and running in, 30, 45 days up and running, everything all set to go and making a substantial amount of money. And I did it through your course. So I implore anybody who wants to jump in this to do it. The market is huge. After this situation we're going through right now, there's going to be a tidal wave. I mean, a tidal wave of business owners who are going to need people like us out there. So jump in now, learn now, okay? Because let me tell you something, a tidal wave is coming in this market.
So to be the devil's advocate, Jason, so why would someone not just Google this and try it on their own?
Again, time and money. What's going to happen is you're going to try and do that. It might take you 6 months or a year to figure it out. And that's if you figure it out.
If you figure it out.
And not only that, it's going to cost you money, because what you're going to do is you're going to go and try and buy leads from a lead broker who's just going to sell those leads 10 or 20 times over. So you're going to spend thousands of dollars on leads, okay? You're going to try Facebook marketing or Google marketing, and you're not going to know what to do. And you're going to spend thousands of dollars on that. Then you're going to try and partner with lenders that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a broker with a fancy website who claim to be a direct lender, and they're going to cut you on your commission, okay? Or they might cut you out, okay? So you don't know who to trust in this world, okay? So if you join somebody, your course, who you can get direction from, the ride's going to be a lot easier, and you're going to know this is going to be the right road to take.
100%, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, to your point, I mean, I have many people who tried it on their own, and similar deal to your first deal, like they funded $100,000 through this so-called lender. They're like, hey, I'm making great money. I made $1,000 for funding $100,000 deal. So they were making, instead of 10 points, making 1 point, and they thought that was great, because this is something a lot of the companies out there do not really talk about, because, well, they're getting a piece of the deal. Why would they give you more, right? So you need to learn how to be a broker on your own. So the message is really important. Listen, I know you're a busy man with a family, so I don't want to keep you long. I appreciate you coming on board, buddy. Jason.
Listen, I appreciate you. And speaking of family, this has changed my life as far as family, money, and in a big way. So I thank you. I thank you for, making this course and letting me be a part of this. And I appreciate you have gotten back to me with emails, your team, when I first joined, as far as emails and phone calls, and getting back to me with questions and answers. It's been, nothing but a pleasure to deal with you and your team. So I really, really appreciate you. So thank you for that.
Man, it's been an honor. Great to have you. Let's keep in touch. Take care now.
All right. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.